Okay. Well, hey, I'm still rocking without a capture card. All right, cool, cool. What's It's gonna be so weird greeting people all at once on different live streams. It's gonna be that. Chat's gonna be a rough one. Um, I think we just kind of maybe don't devote as much attention to it. Kind of check in every once in a while, you know. If I don't even know what we're doing, to be honest. Actually, I could do that too. Hold on, wait. I've learned how to screen share. There's just a lot of rotating and waiting for people. And this is going to be a much different experience from how it's typically going to look because we're going to try to do it, at least from my understanding, we're going to try to do like our whole lane, right? Yeah, so yeah. So what the whole duration of a raid is supposed to be over the course of an entire week. So, yeah. Oh, you know what it probably is? I'm trying to figure out. You guys are really low, man. I'm trying to. It's people are saying you guys are low on my end. I'm trying to figure out. You should be coming from Discord, but that's all, like turned all the way up. Just right click on their name. Oh yeah, you guys are all at the max though. In OBS, but you're already at the max on Discord. It should be Discord. Oh, maybe it's not because yeah. So where are you guys even coming from? Because the Discord's not even on. Professional streamer, professional streamer here, guys. Um, yeah, I do this every day. Where, where, how can I hear? I know, and I'm trying to find. I think I found it, but it shouldn't be coming from my mic, but it seems like it is. Hold on, wait. I think I know what the problem might be. Hold on. Definitely can't hear anyone but you. Okay.
Hi everyone in chat, by the way. This is going to be a tough one to keep up on chat with, just so everyone's aware.
Mm,
We'll try our best, but there's three of us.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Okay, wait. Can you guys hear me still?
Yep.
Yep,
Okay, I think I fixed it, guys. We should be good now.
that's always nice.
All right, all right. We good? Okay, everyone's saying we're good. Okay, all right, guys.
All right, we're good.
I don't
I
want to
think
call
people in my
myself a
chat are
genius,
good.
but you know.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and join then. I think we're all in
Yeah,
BG1 because the alliance only
we're
has 20
yeah,
people.
Yep, I think we're all
and we're
BG1.
going right.
We're
Oh, so we have
going
the maestro first.
we're going to the right,
Nice.
right?
Yes, we
Yeah.
are.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna be assault. Right.
Both of you guys make sure you've got relics
You
on.
have.
Have a relic.
Oh, good call.
Relic. Does my yes, my Titania has a. So I'm Vanguard, right? That's we're good on rolls, correct?
Yes, I am tactician.
Okay.
Good call on the relic. I definitely would have forgot.
Yep,
I'm just gonna
I did put it in
confirm.
our chat. I figured it was worth repeating.
Okay, yeah, Titania is Vanguard. Okay, so
Charlotte is tactician.
BG1. All right, I'm joining. I'm in.
I've joined.
All right.
And like I said before with my stream setup, it doesn't do volume, so I wish you guys could hear the music in this mode. It is
It
wild.
is
I
so
I
good.
could turn on the music for my viewers.
Yeah,
And I think I'll do that. The music is like the best sound design the game has almost ever seen. It's unbelievable.
agreed.
It's really good. Yeah.
Okay, listen to this, guys. Listen to this. I feel like I'm gonna fight like an army by myself. You know, tuna in the left hand, a sword in the right. I'm left-handed, so like I need the sword in the other one, but it doesn't matter. That's how motivated I am.
It is very good music. You guys are gonna really love it. Yeah, so we need to go to our icon, don't we?
Yeah. So the assault is far right. So pick up an
Mm-hmm.
assault boost. I don't
Tactician
know
is
which
this
one is
one.
gonna work with Hulkbuster here.
All right.
Yeah,
Each
so basically
okay.
each tactician or whatever role has some different boosts to choose from. Different ones work better with different champs. Um, so for example, I'm gonna go for this nullify one because I can then place buffs on the opponent, nullify, and get some armor breaks. I'll leave it on screen just so people can read through it a little bit, but that works really well with Kushala.
None of these work particularly well with Hulkbuster, it looks like, but and they have opportunities to give you what you need at least. Um, no one prowess. Intercept to get the debilitate, or punishing special or heavy. Let's do that one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
All
go
the
for
graphics are
the.
so clean as well.
I think I'm gonna go for the punish special one that gives the weakness debuff because that's just gonna fuel Titania's burst damage and Furies as well. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we'll go for that one.
Yeah, and if you go to the wrong lane, there is a there. You notice the previous node is yellow, so it works just like an AQ. You can back up if
Yep.
you accidentally go to the wrong path.
Yep. Very cool.
All right, who goes in first?
So it doesn't matter who goes in first, I don't think. but you do have to go in a specific order after that. So
Okay.
Assault grants charges to Vanguard, Vanguard to Tactician, Tactician to Assault.
You want to just start in that order? Just start from Assault and then Assault, Vanguard,
Yep,
all right.
Tactician?
sounds
I'll
good.
head in.
All right, cool.
So the whole idea is Sim needs to now get charges in his fight by completing the tasks, and that will give him different effects, different icons, which then grant the next person who goes in more damage, and then it's kind of just a pass on the damage boost.
Right. So my mission here is to punish the defender's heavy or special attack, and each time you do so, you'll gain raid fervor, and then at 50 fervor, you'll complete the mission.
And
So
those missions that Sim has to do, they're specific to each defender. So Maestro's is punishing heavies and specials. I think Thanos's is doing particular like intercepts, block a hit, dodge a hit. What's Kang's?
nice full combo.
Alternating combos. So yeah, those are specific to each defender.
Cool.
There might be a second of audio feedback. I'm just going to open both of your streams so I can look and see what's going on.
Yeah, I should probably do the same. I should probably pull up Sim's stream and yours so I can show the people.
And everyone in whichever chat, I'd advise you to have all three of them open so you can jump between whoever's fighting. Otherwise, there's going to be a few minutes of watching a timer tick down.
Okay, let's grab Sim stream, and then I want to make sure the thing that I set up is working properly. Just hide the chats so I don't have to worry about seeing those on the playback. Okay. Hey, Benji Wenji, thank you so much for the membership, dude. What's up, MSD, BitterSteel, and Simula? What's up, Benji Wenji? How you doing, bud? Thank you for the membership. All right, let me see if this works. So Sim is fighting right now. I'm going to go to this screen. Oh, nice. Okay, it does work. So you guys are watching Simula right now in there with Hulkbuster. He's starting us off.
So as for what each of the icons are, so from left to right, I believe the left one is the one that you're giving to the next person.
Yeah, that's the Vanguard charge that he's building up.
Which one is the Vanguard? Yeah, so the hammer. Sorry, from right to left then. The hammer is the one that you're giving to the next person, right?
Yeah, the Vanguard symbol is the hammer.
The one that's in the middle there, that's you build that up by completing the mission. And whenever you build that up to 50, I think it resets and adds to the other icons. So that's kind of your aim. You're trying to build that up to 50 as many times as possible during the fight.
Some rooted special dexes. Very nice, very nice.
Thank you. I'm not going to hit the damage cap before I time out.
Okay, so I'll have to just go back in. Unless, wait,
I think that's pretty common for the first person in because they don't have any bonus charges available to them.
Yeah,
right.
The ramp is just building up and making sure that you're passing on the damage.
Next up.
I believe that's me. Next up should be me.
That is
Vanguard.
you.
Okay, so it's
take you back to 100. That's nice.
It's punishing special attacks, right? That's the
punishing
heavies
for you. I would suggest looking at it just to be sure.
Yeah, I will. I just have to let me go turn down my game volume because I can hear that now. So I'm gonna just turn it down so it doesn't it's not too loud.
Yeah.
Okay, so gonna read it for me. Let's see here. Must punish the defender's heavier special attacks. They gain raid fervor. Right. Okay. And then completing in-fight missions to gain roll charges, max 7. When a mission is complete, can roll force charge, roll force passives. Okay, so yeah, it is the same thing. Um, all right, so
So
just punish.
I'm reading John's description of what each one left to right is. So the middle one is the 50, and then it increases either the left and the right. On the left, it's roll force. That's your increase in damage. The roll charge is the charge for your homies that you build, as well as damage increase for yourself. That is Kabam John, everyone.
My homies.
Okay, so I'm gonna start. Here we go. This should be fun. I haven't played raids since Vancouver.
Over. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Why
it's
is
been a
Maestro
while.
so much bigger, dude? Like,
Dude, and then
Yeah.
yeah, they like grow during the fight, which is really cool. A subtle change. Or maybe you just get smaller.
that's
Either
not
way.
bad. That's not good.
So we were all given the chance to go in raids for like the last couple of days, and we all decided to go in blind here. So this is authentic for you guys.
It's really not that complicated, Jermaine. Like once you get in and do it once, it's gonna make complete sense to you. There's a lot more cooperation involved because that's like the raid identity in like RPG games too. Um, I don't really think it's too complicated as long as you remember what order you have to go in. And you
Very,
get that
very
nice.
simply, it's just keep in the order and get your charge to 50 by completing the missions for that specific fight. That's about it.
Yep. Yeah. And there's a nice little dopamine hit when you start seeing like 6-digit damage numbers on your basic attack. So.
These numbers get very, very nice.
Health bar isn't moving. Yeah, the amount of health that these bosses have is more than anything else you've seen in the game. So you're only allowed to do 10% at a time. So it's designed to have you do multiple attempts at the boss, multiple people doing multiple attempts. So minimum 10 attempts to get a boss down. But it's over the course of a week too, so it's not like you have to do it all at once like we're doing here. Looks like my punish window is really tight. For the heavies or for the specials, Joey?
I think
I
I
wasn't
think
really
I hit
watching.
the damage cap.
Yeah, 84.
Yeah, he just immediately went untouchable and killed me.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of an insta-kill if you hit the damage cap.
Yeah.
All right, well there you go. There was a good solid 10% there, and now it is my good friend BitterSteel's turn to go in there with Kushala. I'll pull his stream up
Mhm.
right now so you guys can see. So yeah, now
Are there
Bitter's gonna go in
each?
there.
Is
Yeah,
there
but
one boss? So there are 3 lanes, and there are like 3 squads of 3 people. So you have 9 players, and then there's one as like a backup. And each squad of 3 has their own individual lane, and there are 3 bosses per lane. And then there's like a final boss where all 9 players can go in. The final boss is Ultron. So you'll be fighting Maestro and Thanos and Kang, um, in different order depending on which lane you're going in. And then everybody will go in on Ultron.
yep.
You opted for the 6-star Kushala bitter?
I wanted to make it a little bit more realistic for what I will be doing next week.
Fair,
Um,
fair, fair.
is ascended. I did have the option to like get a 7-star rank 3.
Yeah, this is my Titania from the main Sig 20, the same relic. I wanted to make it as realistic as possible. I wasn't gonna bring her to Sig
Mhm.
200, give her the 6-star Hulk relic and stuff like that.
Yeah. I too am doing as realistic as possible using a champion that I do not own. Bitter should have brought Venom the Duck. Oof. I don't know that he's in any of the roles.
Oops, that was not good.
And like one of the good things about the rolls is the like the boosts are generic enough where you can pretty much pick almost anybody that fits that role, and you're gonna have a very good time with them.
Yeah.
So not there are some characters that are gonna be better, but like there's no bad characters to use.
Tell you what, this really tests your Kushala gameplay. It's really difficult to focus on everything.
So the blue charges there are ones that he's going to be then passing on to me for my next fight. Worried about the ones that encourage block in their play styles, namely Colossus. Yeah, I mean there's something. I mean the chip damage here is not insignificant, so that is a concern for sure.
Yeah, it's very high. I just hope that the revives, like once the content is live, the revives justify the chip damage and they're as potent, or not, maybe not as potent, but close to the potency that we have them right now.
Mhm. Yeah, all three teams fight Ultron together. I mean, you'll have a disadvantage, but remember, like your basic attacks are going to be so overpowered at that point that you won't be missing the bleed too much, I suspect.
Okay, I timed out. I'm not sure where I started.
I think 84 was where
84
he
was
started. Yeah.
So that was interesting because I didn't feel like my DOT was going up very much. I could definitely feel the basic attacks.
was the
Okay.
was the node supposed to increase damage over time?
So my
Good
boost
question.
was armor break, but I did think that the fervor from you guys should give me a bit more attack. We'll see. Maybe that just ramps up a little bit more later.
Right, so the max is 7 per fight for the roll charges.
Hey Junebug, thank you so much for the 20, man. Thanks for convincing someone to do a Venom the Duck challenge for Necropolis. Hey, no problem, buddy. No problem.
So if you just see on my screen, I'm just showing all of the cross fights. So these are all of the ones that we add on while we complete the mission. So every time you punish or gain, you get to 50, you add one of the charges on. Those then become a crossfight that add damage to the next person. So you see there's 7 Vanguard, 7 Tactician, only 6 Assault. So one of us missed it somewhere. Um, but that's kind of the idea. We just add it on to the next person. Manuel's asking, so for one complete cycle, meaning all 3 team members attack, it will take about 10 minutes and you only do a max of 30% combined damage. Yeah, so max is 30%. Yep, one each. The 10 minutes of fight time, yeah. But what's likely going to happen, because you're unlikely to be sat on Discord streaming it together. I mean, you can, it's fun. But like I'll I'll do it and then I'll tag Sim to go in and he'll do it an hour later or whatever, and then he'll tag MSD and then MSD would tag me and we carry on over the week. Hey Slay and Gara, nice to see you both here. Pickaloo's saying DOT doesn't get boosted by raid force unless you hit them in the frame it ticks. Okay, so maybe DOT champs aren't the way to go. Kushal doesn't have super good base damage. Although
Yeah,
that
so you
is just
notice
the first.
so you
Sorry,
notice
go on,
that
Slay.
time I hit the damage cap pretty quickly with all the extra charges that I got from Bitter, so that was much faster.
Okay, so I'm up.
Yep.
All right. Sim, you went so fast I couldn't even put your fight on the screen.
Sorry. I'll try
Okay.
and slow it down next time.
Yeah, please, come on. Don't, what are we? We're not speed demons here. Come on. Slow and steady wins the raid.
How's Maestro
Ace.
gaining Furies? I think it's in the node. He gains a Fury every like 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, every 20 seconds they get in a Fury passive. You can pause it though. So when they get 5 Furies, that's when they start rooting you.
Mm-hmm. What do the rewards look like? The rewards are very good.
Yes.
We're not allowed to share, so we can show it maybe when Bitter's up next. But there's like a raid chest at the end of each path, and every person who participates gets one. And it's like a loot drop, so you get a random reward from the chest, and they are quite good, quite good.
They are very good. I don't know if it's going to be possible for us to avoid showing it. Is it?
I mean, we were told we were allowed to stream stuff, so I mean, I assume like I don't know, somebody will data mine it, I'm sure, but yeah, whatever we get is what we get. The only reward I think that is out there is there's a rare chance at a 7-star Ultron. I think that was known.
Yeah, I think it pops up when you go over it, so I don't think there's a way.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
but
we
we'll
can.
see. I'm not sure.
Okay, well
Really good though.
there's my damage cap. That was really fast. That was like less than 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Great. Piccolo, I don't want to jump to saying Kushala won't be good because she might just end up hitting so hard with all this fervor that she's fine for it. But I am thinking it might be better to rely on champs who have just base hit or special hits rather than DOT. I want to see what it actually says.
MCU Ultron Cyber. Yeah, there's actually a chest after each boss, so you'll get a total of 3 per raid per week.
Yeah, I don't think we can really avoid showing that. I mean,
Yeah, it is what it is.
yeah, I mean,
So-
we were told we could stream this content, so
yeah,
at
yeah.
the end of the day, it's like, what are you gonna do?
What do you do with your 10th member? They can not participate, or they can just pick up a random role and help out. If somebody's like low on revives, you do get enough free revives during the week to support the entire run. So if you don't make your damage cap when you are supposed to be able to, then you'll have to probably end up purchasing a revive. But if you're hitting your damage cap when you're supposed to, you should be fine. Yeah, final Maestro is pretty rough. We on our lane he's first, but the when you have Maestro as the third boss, he's pretty tough.
We have Kang last, right?
Mm-hmm. I know your dot seems to be going up. I mean, you're getting like.
That might just be Kushala, dude. That might
Yeah,
just be,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, I just got stuck into a block animation. This might kill me, or close to it.
Yeah, and this is the original Maestro, so he doesn't have all the crazy glancing and radiation stuff, and the root is coming from the node, not from him.
Yeah, although it looks like the other Maestro because of the root, it is just the base one from Act 4.
Mm-hmm.
Your base damage is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is good. I just think it's just like, why use Kushala when you could use like Hulkling or something, who's also in the tactic.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's not like she's unusable.
No,
For
exactly.
sure. So, like, if you don't have some of these champs, you can certainly make do with what you have. Nice.
The other thing is, because there's quite a lot going on in these fights, I'm kind of focusing a lot on Kushala upkeep as well as trying to do the mode.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you're punishing heavies and specials anyways, so in this fight at least, it doesn't seem too bad to do like a optimized rotation for anybody.
But yeah, I'm not hitting the cap like you guys are.
This is the
Anti-mail on
Maestro
all
we
of
should
these.
have gotten. I don't think so. Look how big he is. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's ginormous.
He is. Can you get all the revives up front? I don't know the answer to that actually. You
As in
guys know?
throughout the week, I think you get like a certain amount free. Um, so like per day. So it is meant that if you're going to be doing it for free, you're staggered throughout the week. So I think there's a store where it resets daily or something like that. Manuel's saying that this seems like it's going to require a lot more communication. I
Definitely.
think I think
Yeah,
it will, and I'm interested to see how it ends up. Whether it feels like you're constantly tagging and being tagged, because if it is, then it might need tweaking. But I feel like because it's a week long and it's only these three fights, I think you'll be able to have enough time to do it pretty reasonably. But we'll see. And Cap's asking whether backup has a chance at loot drops. Absolutely, backup
Yep.
can just go over those paths as well.
yep.
You can send backup on one of the harder fights, or so maybe someone's a little bit inactive or whatever, but they can get all the rewards as well.
Yeah, backup will just be on cleanup duty or just, you know, be part of the team.
Akbar's saying, I think it'd be less constant pinging than the old Alliance War setups. I hope so. But also,
There we go.
it will be definitely something that they are really keeping an eye on, making sure that it's not too much investment.
Right.
Because there does need to be some, because this is by definition, a team setup more than AQ is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I'm gonna throw a
All
boost
right, you're
on
up,
just
dude.
because it's the CCP and we can do that.
Oh,
So
and they're free.
and they're free.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
crit boost for assault is like it's not guaranteed crits, but it feels pretty close.
I'm gonna boost up so I might try and hit the cap.
I'm trying to bait heavies. He just keeps throwing full combos into my block.
Yeah, he was doing that for me too. Yeah, 3 reward chests per player, but that's over the course of the week. Not, I mean, we're condensing an entire week's worth of raid into like an hour here, so.
Yeah, so we've already done like what, a few days, maybe a day.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
you're
on
limited
Wednesday
by
at this
by
point.
the energy that you get, so. Yeah, 2 per day. What Misty's saying. Yeah, exactly, Aiden. Like, there's clear winners for sure, but no one feels bad in the mode. So, if you're missing some of the good champs, you can definitely have success with the other ones.
I think what will be interesting at the end is counting up how many revives we did all use and making sure that we could have done it for free. Because because it's a showcase here and we're doing it all in one go, we can just spam the revives.
Did you hit the cap there, or did?
Yeah, no, I hit the cap in like 50
Okay.
seconds.
Okay.
I went to
Yeah,
Special 3, and I did my second heavy, and then he got the power gain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm making a good case for Titania right now as being the best Vanguard champ.
Mm-hmm.
Titania was very good for it. I was Vanguard in our testing in Vancouver. I used Titania, Spidey OG, and Absman, and they all crushed it.
I forget which one whatever one Hit Monkey is in is the one that I did.
Oh, yeah. No, Herc is not an option. He's not tagged in this first edition, so
Okay,
you will be doing. If you go in with Herc, you're doing 0 damage.
Right, 33%. Let's see how much we can do.
10% is how much you can do.
Well, I mean, like how much I can actually do. 10% is a dream right now.
Yeah, Nick is really good too. Even without like the increased dot potency. I feel like the dot potency was a thing when we were testing it in
It definitely
Vancouver, and they
was.
must have
I
changed it.
remember Hitmonkey was dealing a lot of crit bleed damage.
Hmm. We also had 3 people on the team instead of one, so you could bring
That's
synergy
true.
champs too.
Gonna run to the restroom really quick, fellas. Be right back.
Mm.
Okie dokie. He's so tall he barely fits on the screen now. You're just like you just keep like punching him in the crotch.
Damn, well, now I feel bad.
I mean, he's armored, so probably
Yeah,
fine.
I feel less bad then.
That's less bad. He eats his vegetables. I don't know the list of each role champs. I don't know all of them. I think Cat put out a infographic on that, probably.
If you want to check them quickly, I did put it in our line chat.
Um, so you did. Okay.
Yeah, she's just not really doing that much damage.
Cat, if you have a link to your infographic, you can pop it in the chat. I can't get the one from line into my browser.
Yeah, so much of Kuchala's damage comes from that DOT. If that was getting
Mhm.
boosted, she'd be absolutely wrecking. But
You think she would feel? I mean, this is an ascended one, so probably not too much better at like a rank 3 or rank 2 7-star. You think?
no, I don't think she would be worth bringing, if I'm honest. Oops.
It's fair. It's fair. Do the
Like
charges
that.
carry over?
Ooh,
Do
I'm
the charges
just
carry
about.
over from boss to boss? No, they don't carry over. You have to start over on the next boss.
Yeah, it's every single fight. You go in, you have to build
Yeah.
up the charges for your buck
So I think
ups.
it
Yeah,
would
so
make
you guys.
sense to. I mean, you
Sorry,
hit
go
the
on.
cap that time, Bitter.
I did just. Literally just. To the point where he didn't have time to kill me because I timed out.
Yeah, so I
But
think it makes sense
you
to
guys
have
were
like
beating
a different person's start on each boss because like the first ramp is never gonna hit the cap. I don't think.
No, unlikely.
Yeah, very unlikely.
Cap saying, "I love that 60k mediums is not that much damage." Yeah, that puts into perspective how hard you end up hitting here.
Yep.
Damn.
1 second, guys. I'll bring SimStream back. I'm trying to pin this message, and okay, finally, something moved. Why can't I pin my own message? What is this? This feels wrong. Okay, whatever. We're not gonna worry about it. Oop, wrong page. There we go. Back to SimStream.
So Nick's asking, now that we're all fully ramped, you don't have to go in order anymore. Um, I think so, but I think that now that we're there, it's pretty much like the boss is probably nearly dead. But I think you're right. And yeah, Fuzz. So MSD is using Titania and Sim is using Hulkbuster.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, going in here. Should be the second to last fight.
So when you look at the way that the crossfight charges work, you only use them for one fight. So I feel like you still have to go in order. Otherwise, you're going to go back in. If you go like twice in a row, for example, your roll charges are going to be gone. You're going to be again. It'll be like doing like your first ramp initially, I think.
I mean, we can just keep the order. We don't have to. We don't have to break the order
Right.
just because.
Right, but
Yeah.
I think the intent there is to prevent somebody from just revive spamming through the entire boss themselves.
What you're
All
saying
right.
sounds right. I thought I read somewhere that you could, after having ramped, you could go in any order, but I might be wrong there.
That was a 1 million heavy, dude.
1 million
red
heavy.
With the red numbers. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I was hesitant on going for the special 3 with Titania, but I know now that it is the way to go. For speed, yeah.
You only lose one roll charge per attempt.
Oh, that's a nice little step into that.
Okay, so
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, Misty. If you go out of order, then you're going to be buying revives, so.
yeah, I think staying within the confines of the order is the way to go. I don't think losing the order is the smartest thing to do.
I think we've each used 3 so far, which tracks, I think, with what we're supposed to be using.
I believe that's true. Should be around 3 per person. Somewhere around that, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to see the loot drop.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Here we go.
All right.
All right, are we
We'll roll
good?
over the chest here. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see what pops up.
Yep. Here we go.
So
Let's
Paragon,
roll
Alliance,
over.
Quest Raid. Yeah.
1,500 7-star shards for me.
I got
Paragon.
125% of a skill T6CC.
Wow.
I got another
bonkers.
1,500
That is
7-star.
crazy.
Wait, hold on. What did you get, Bitter?
A full T6CC and an extra quarter, I think.
wait. Hold on.
What is this reward here?
This is crazy,
125%?
man.
125% of it.
25%. That's nice.
Wow.
It's less exciting because this is the beta, but
Yeah,
I'm excited to see this on the main. Like
that's
this
crazy.
sorts of rewards.
that is pretty crazy.
So Sim, I think we
What did
both
you get,
got the.
MSD?
I got the 1,500 7-star shards as well.
Damn.
What's up, Cam?
I mean,
It's
still,
just a
that's like
quarter.
you get 3. Was it just a quarter?
Visual,
Or did mine-
visual bug. Yeah, Cam says it's a visual bug.
Ah.
25% is pretty good though. Not as good as 125%. All right. Do we want to switch up the starting order here?
I can
yeah.
go first here if you'd like.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, just 1 second. Torrance, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate it, man. Get you up there in just a second.
So guys in my chat, apparently this is a visual bug, unfortunately. Maybe it was
Super
just the
unfortunate.
25%.
Very, very unfortunate. Okay, so I'll be going first here against Thanos, which means then it would be Bitter then Sim. So Sim, you're last this time in terms of like
Okay.
the initial order. So for
Yep.
Thanos, Thanos will call out a random game action of intercept the opponent, block a hit, or dodge a hit. After the call out is completed, gain Raid Fervor. Okay, so Thanos's missions are Thanos saith, so kind of like So Saith Doom in AQ way back when. Very similar to that.
That's
Mhm.
a throwback.
Yeah, I couldn't drive when So Saith Doom was a thing.
Dude, bro, come on. I was in my recliner drinking a Diet Coke from a straw, probably. Is this a continuation next room, or are they restarting another raid? So there are, each squad of 3 people has 3 bosses to fight, and then all 9 people in a battle group have a final boss that they fight together. So it's all one raid. It's all over the course of a week. Yeah, exactly, Joey.
Nice.
Oh, dude, those Pierce buff or the Pierce passives that he's getting, those are gonna hurt after a while.
So I've just seen confirmation that DOTs aren't supposed to be boosted by them, so
Okay.
that is pretty unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think it's worth bringing those champs. You want to get people that is going to boost the actual special or hit damage of.
What does the when you do challenges, what do they max out at? Is it 10? 8, 10?
I don't know. I think I'm dead.
Either.
We'll see. I'm probably not. No, I'm dead. Am I? Am I? Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I wasn't going to be able to do much there. But yeah, there's your first fight.
So I think 15 is the cap for the roll
Okay.
charges.
I probably could have played that a little better, but it's all right.
Am I in now? Am I after you, MSD?
Yeah,
You're
you're
up,
after
you're up.
me, and then it's Sim.
Yeah, first one in kind of feels bad, but as you guys saw on the previous boss, it ramps up pretty quickly.
Yeah, once everyone's gone through at least once, the fights start to feel a lot better. So I did 4% there. I probably could have done a little bit more if I didn't push them to special 3, but it wasn't going to be much more than 4 or 5% in that first run.
So I'll be interested to see how you guys feel about re-ramping straight after another boss. Because I don't think it'll be that bad, but
I don't
I
think
get it, but yeah.
I think having the missions be different really helps make it feel like it's something else, like you're not just doing the same thing over and over again. But
Mm-hmm.
re-ramping every single time, like on the same fight, it, it doesn't feel that great. But I think the missions being different per fight makes it feel unique. But having to re-ramp on the same fight once you're there 3 or 4 times, it's not exactly the greatest feeling. But I think this mode could use with some tweaks, and I don't know, maybe that could be
Mm-hmm.
one of them. The re-ramping process could be changed in some way.
Like, do you need to repeatedly re-ramp once you're getting the charges, the roll charges? Like that's where your damage is coming from.
Yeah, but
But
you
I guess
need
if
to
you do the,
complete the
you need to
chart
give the
the
next person.
missions.
Yeah,
Yeah, to
yeah,
to then re-ramp.
yeah.
I think also it'll feel different when, and it might be better or worse, but it'll feel different when you're doing this once every day or twice a day or something.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not
It won't
right
be
like
like,
what we're
oh, I'm doing
doing.
loads of damage and now I'm doing none. I think it'll feel a bit more natural when it's spread out, but some people have disagreed with that and feel like it's even worse when it's spread out. But I'm
Hmm.
interested to see how it is.
Yeah, we need an official launch to really test the waters, see how everyone feels about it. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be interesting, especially once we know like full rewards from the chests and the completion and exploration rewards. Um, if people deem those worthy enough of a little repetitiveness, then might not be too much uprising. But if it
Yeah.
is just like a massive pain to commit this time, even though it's not in totality a lot of time, just over the course of a week, doing like, oh, time to go fight Thanos, 2 times in the exact same way. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know if people are going to be super on board with that, but you
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah, I think people will go as fast as the free revives allow. So you'll be
Yeah,
doing fewer fights per day than you're doing with AQ for sure.
Yeah, I'm dead. I thought he was going to go for an intercept. Oh, sorry, I thought I parried. That was me, but me just being bad. Oh,
How
I'm
kind
annoyed
of
that
them.
T'Challa isn't good at this.
How kind
yeah.
of them to make Thanos unduped for us too. Could you imagine?
Yeah, once
Hey, Tommy,
again,
nice to see you.
I was just gonna say, for the everyone
Sorry.
watching, not just my chat, um, chat's gonna be hard to read for all of us. So if you have any important messages, maybe send a tweet after or contact us some other way, because unlikely we're gonna be able to get to a lot of those messages within the stream today.
Yeah, agreed. Aiden saying it might be worth me throwing special 3 with Kushala. Indefinite judgment. Increasing the duration of the blessings. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, maybe one special 3 per match. You just
Yeah.
keep getting the dodge one. Sim, you got the dodge one like 7 times in a row.
I know. It's very irritating.
Ooh, nice little
This one's
heavy
tough to
ocean.
balance because you have to um, you have to make sure that you're doing like your the stuff for your roll boost too. So like I can't just sit there and punish heavies and specials. I have to also dodge and intercept and whatnot.
Right.
Oh, he tagged me and trying to go for an intercept. All right,
Okie doke.
you're up.
Here we go.
Oh, Insidious, keep in mind that only works if all the entire battle group is on board with that, because the last boss is gonna like all 9 people have to go in on. I think you do ramp against Ultron as well. Yeah, because like the crossfight charges are on the fight itself. So once the fight is over, those charges are gone.
I'm trying to go for the indestructible intercept, and he just doesn't want to give it to me.
Yeah, he's being a huge butthole. I just caught it. I don't think any of us have hit the cap so far on this fight.
I was trying to get him to run into a heavy. Reagan, dude, 25. Like the video. Thank you so much, brother. I genuinely appreciate it.
Look at him just standing there while you hold your heavy.
All right, there's the cap.
Nice.
I'm just gonna let him kill me. I'm not gonna risk like doing a force quit and then something goes wrong. Reagan, thank you so much, brother.
Let's see
I
what
wonder how
Pichal
they
can
handle
do.
force quits here.
All right, back to bitter. Let's see.
I
Back
believe the
to
raid bosses are designed to like scale with your alliance too. So same way as AQ. So like people that we have in this alliance are we're on the beta server, so everybody's got champions ranked up really high. I would prefer this over a fifth day of AQ personally, John. Such a cool special 3.
It really is.
Yeah, this one is definitely a little bit tougher than the Maestro fight. There's just more to pay attention to.
Yeah, the Maestro fight is kind of you're just playing it normally because you're usually punishing specials
Right.
and heavies. This one's kind of a little bit more, but I like it. Yeah, she's hitting okay, but like it's just not that much compared to you guys because you guys have chums that are actually working with the node for the boosts.
Her specials are hitting pretty
Right.
hard. And she's spamming quite a few of them.
If this was like Necro, where the timer was paused during specials, she'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, she would be incredible.
Yeah, it does feel like the special 3 is the way with her, though.
Doing at least
Yeah,
one of
my
them to
upkeep
start.
feels a bit easier. It's a good shout by Egg.
Yeah. Yeah, the dot does not scale with the damage increase that's intended. It was pretty busted, honestly, when we tested it like that.
Ooh. Okay, I'm surprised that didn't kill me.
Oh, nice regen on the block there.
Yeah, that was
nice.
super clutch. Oh,
Ooh,
man.
why am I not? Is he stun immune now?
I don't know.
Why my
Huh,
parry's not landing?
that was strange.
I
Maybe
swear I
it's...
saw parry.
Hold on, let me read the note. Something about the Pierce, maybe?
Yeah, definitely Perry came up. It's
Yeah,
got to
when they
be a
got
node.
five or more pierces, they're stun immune.
They're stun
So
immune, yeah.
that I thought
Ah.
I'd failed 2 of those parries. That's why I ate both of those heavies.
Alright, Simma.
That wasn't too bad. What did I enter the fight at?
I don't think any of the champs are duped. Yeah, Ultron isn't duped. Thanos isn't duped. Kang isn't duped. Nobody is duped here. Oh, I'm showing the wrong thing. Showing the wrong screen. So now Sim's back in it with Hulkbuster.
Yeah, I got 8% off there. Not bad, but
Who do you think
just
would
not
have
quite as
been
high as.
a better pick? Like, do you think Hulkling would have been a better
I've
pick
been
for you?
looking through. I've been looking through it. Yeah, definitely. Any of the champs that don't rely on DOT, but like I'm looking at it, and there are quite a few champs there that specifically rely on their DOT. Like in this tactician alone, there's Kushala, Doctor Voodoo, Spidey Supreme. Although because it's on hit, maybe
No,
his burst is boosted.
Spidey's burst would be boosted because Titania's burst is boosted. So
Okay, maybe Spidey's pretty sick for it then. He would be very good if that special burst gets boosted. He'll be awesome for it.
yeah,
Especially with his like help, his aided intercept with the miss.
the miss.
However, long shot won't be. Carnage
No, Carnage is probably not going to
probably
be that
won't
great.
be. Venom Pool. I know
No,
he gets some burst off basics with one of his buffs, so maybe.
that's after a ramp,
Um,
and you have to
It's,
kind of be in the fight for a while for that to make a
yeah,
difference.
yeah. All
but
right, I hit
that
the cap that time.
nice, good stuff.
All right, good stuff,
I
man.
think Gore would be quite good. He ends up
Oh
hitting
yeah.
hard on basics, even though he does have DOT. Venom, the same. Hyperion, Hulkling, Angela, they'll all be good. Surfer will be good. Captain Marvel will be interesting. See if you can keep her ramp. Cersei will probably be quite good, and so will Doom. But yeah, I definitely steer clear of DOT champs in this mode, unless there is some sort of update.
Agreed. Can Mr. Fantastic cheese the damage cap? I don't think so. I'm not.
No,
How
probably
would he
not.
do that?
Okay,
He was
don't
asking
block
with
the
the pool
specials.
changed at all since they prevented DOT from being boosted. I don't think so. I think this is the same pool, wasn't it, that we tested in Vancouver?
It
I don't see
it
any
feels pretty
differences.
similar, if not the same. Yeah.
I'd be
I'm
confident saying
certainly it's the
it's
same.
80% or plus the same. There's a lot of champions I recognize there. But I've already given some feedback that if DOT champs aren't boosted, then they just feel a little bit worse and pointless bringing in.
I agree. I agree.
What percent did he start at?
I have no idea.
I think I left him about 70% on mine.
All right, I
No,
wasn't.
there's quite a few good non-DOT champs in the assault pool. Just looking at it here, like Hulkbuster is really good. Massacre is probably incredible. Storm, and both Storms are probably fantastic. Professor X probably lights it up. So does Kitty with all that prowess. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of really good options, I would say.
Rincher would probably be pretty good as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no cap, is there? Aside from the 10% one.
I don't
Right.
think there's a hard damage cap now, aside from the
No.
10%, which, 10% of 95 million is a lot of damage. So
Yeah, if you do that in one Rincher SB2, congrats.
yeah, I
GG's,
mean,
pack
Yeah.
up.
Right.
I'd love to see. I'd love to see that. Your job is easy, man.
Am I up now?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
up.
I've lost order. I think Domino would be pretty good in the assault as well, because she has
Mhm.
just really hard hitting basics.
Oh yeah. I just pulled Domino again from a 7-star, so she's Sig 40 now.
Yeah, that matches mine. I've got Sig 40 rank 3.
Ah, oh baby, that's pretty nice.
Sim's not happy with me.
Look away. I mean, I guess you can't look away because we're watching each other. Think away, Sim. He didn't say that.
Don't think of the
What if-
purple elephant.
I wonder if they would consider adding in like a champion swap node in between the bosses in case, like, you go in with Kuchala and you're like, wow, this is really not working for me, but I have like a high ranking Hulkling or whatever.
That is a very good shout.
I think that's, yeah, especially since you're only able to bring one champion.
Right. You're not. There's no way you can abuse it. If you're matching the health of whatever you are leaving, you would still need to revive or have a full health champ.
Right.
Yeah, because I've already thought like, oh god, I wish I could restart this stream and bring someone good in or very good in. You know?
Yeah, I'll make a note of that. I think that's a decent idea.
Yeah, that is. Oh, I should have gone SP3. Let's do that.
I don't know how feasible changes to the map are this close to release, though.
Yeah, it wouldn't be put in before release, I'm sure,
Yeah.
but it would be
Right.
very useful.
Yeah.
No way before official release. I think it's coming out, what? Is it next week or 2 weeks
2 days.
from now?
Week.
Oh,
Yeah,
two
next week.
days. Like I said, two
2 days
days from
is
now.
next
So,
week.
um,
Yeah, it's the 15th.
sorry guys. Yeah, I know the number of the day, but the day, yeah, I couldn't tell you.
It's the weekend. No classes today.
That's right. I'm finally able to kind of come down from it. So, I'm forgetting literally when next week is. That's how.
Revives are 100%, Adson.
Oh, that was annoying.
I actually don't know how much they cost after you run out of free ones, what the unit cost is.
Okay, he's stun immune now, so that's going to make heavies a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, I feel like circling back to the dot thing, I feel like there is some room for increasing the potency of dot effects a bit per charge.
Yeah, so basically what was said was that DOT being boosted to the same extent as attacks just made DOT champs crazy and just so
True.
unbelievably good
Yeah.
that there was no point using anyone else. I'm hoping there's a way that there could be like say before it was DOT was increased by 100% of the attack. If you made it like 10%, does that bring them in line with using the other champ? Like, can I get the boss to 10% in the same sort of time as MSD and Sim
Right.
with Kujala if she's boosted 10% or 15% or whatever? Because that would be nice. Because I am finding that Kujala's sustain is really nice in this because there's a lot of block damage and being able to regen that up is super super nice. Yeah, it is annoying because Kushala works for like every part of it except damage. With her AI bias, it makes intercepts very easily and baiting specials very easy.
Yeah, it sucks that she doesn't have the return on damage.
I wonder if there is a thought process of using Kushala, knowing that she might not do as much damage, but knowing that she's quite reliable with it because she is reliable with the rest of it.
Yeah, I mean, the sustain she has is crazy. You were blocking 20,000 damage special ones and healing it all back, basically, so.
Mm-hmm. Especially with this Pierce, and then I've heard from others that Maestro as the third champ is really difficult. So
Yeah, I was hearing that a
baiting
lot.
heavies from that,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, be interesting.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Oh, I can't skip the special 3 in this either. That sucks.
Alright, so
Yeah,
I'm just
time
gonna
mode.
SP3'd, okay, so let's go in here again.
Sim, that's me every time I need to do incursions.
Right. Who do I have to bribe for anti-venom to be Vanguard? Command John. Probably.
Definitely Kabam John.
Yep. The parry should count for the block a hit mission.
They do.
Hey, what's up, Katie? Kabam made this
June.
very difficult.
Sorry.
Go on.
June Buggy sending $20 over to the channel saying, I sent MSD 20, so here's yours. Thank you. That is really, really kind of you. You really didn't need to, but I appreciate it.
Oh, those red numbers on Titania are so satisfying.
Yeah, she's a very good champ for this, because she's very sustainable as well. Like, you don't need to be going for special 3s with her. Spamming SB2s, keeping weaknesses up.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really
Yeah,
nice
well,
as
Special 3 is able to do that, so.
Yep.
Yep. MSD's just doing it for style.
Insanity. She was reversing the power gain there for a second.
Yeah.
She's,
Turns out the insta kill isn't insta.
Right.
It is an insta.
It's close
You know.
to it.
Nicely done.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Let's go on to Mr. Bitter.
I like it so far. It's not going to be as intense as this is, spread out over a week, but I like it.
Yeah,
It's cool
just
seeing
to,
the big damage numbers.
just to reiterate for maybe anyone that's new, what myself, Sim, and Bitter are doing right now is supposed to be done over the course of 7 days. We're doing it in like 70 minutes. So don't think it's going to be like this every single time, because it is almost certainly not. We're
Right.
also just doing one of 3 lanes. There's 2 other lanes that need to be done by the other 6 members of the alliance that are in the group. So even though we are finishing, and even though people can finish early, every lane might not be finished as quickly
Right.
as every other lane. So
Yeah, we definitely won't be able to get to Ultron because I don't think the other 2 groups are done.
well, I mean, we could fight Ultron.
Aren't there links that prevent it?
Yeah.
Are
Yeah, I
there?
think there's some links.
I think like incursion
yeah,
style,
yeah,
like
yeah,
degen
yeah.
links.
That's right. That's right.
I think we degen.
Yep, it's the
Yeah, Silk
old school incursion degen.
Yeah, Silk should be pretty good, John. She hits like a freight train.
Yeah, any
And you get
burst
those
damage,
Furies up.
champ,
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. Any
That's
burst
what you
champ is
really
going to be
want.
great.
burst damage or high impact special attacks is really what you want for this mode. So I think Spidey Supreme would be really solid. Clearly, we're seeing how strong Titania is for Vanguard, and Hulkbuster as
I
well.
bet you a juiced up Professor X would be disgusting in here.
Yeah, I wish I was able to snag that 7-star, because I would absolutely have used him in here if I had him. I mean, I know I had the 7-star on the beta, but I wanted it to be reflective of my actual account.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, light intercept. Thank you for that one.
I've been cheating with medium intercepts, and it hasn't killed me yet. So
Cheating, you say?
It was actually Thanos bringing out the light intercept there. Okay,
Oh,
hit the
wow,
cap. Not bad.
wow.
Nice.
So she can hit the cap. She's not like useless. Like if she's your only option and you need to do it, you're not going to be, out of luck.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm like that Squidward meme where I'm looking out the window at Titania and Hulkbuster doing it in 35 seconds.
It's funny. Only 8 million health to go, guys.
That should be
Is
Easy
this based
peasy.
one
off?
more run.
Sorry.
Yeah, I should be able to get it in this one.
And then, Sim, if you wanna, Bitter, did you start last time, or would the Sim start?
No, it's my turn to start.
Okay, so you'll start, and then Sim, and then me. All right.
I don't know about you two, but I really haven't minded ramping up again at the next
I
fight.
haven't either.
No, I haven't. It's been fine. It's quick. I mean, as long as you do the prompts within the first 60 seconds of the fight, which should be very easy to
Hmm.
accomplish, I haven't minded it. I think this is fun. It's something different, you know. We need a little
Yeah,
variety within the game, and I think this accomplishes it. I just hope that the rewards are enough to justify wanting to do it.
I think there will be. I mean,
I think so too.
the rewards, the rank rewards are incredible as well.
Oh yeah.
They are very, very good. I'm looking forward to seeing where we all place. Do you guys know like the difficulty? Is that based on prestige?
I think it is,
I
yeah.
think so, yeah.
It would have to be because like if you're
Yeah.
in an alliance with like rank threes or whatever, you're not gonna be able to hit the cap ever.
Yeah, it makes sense.
All
But
right,
I
let's
just
move
didn't know whether
on.
it was like roster size or
Or
prestige or whatever.
prestige.
But I'm assuming it is
I
prestige.
think it's probably the same as AQ, where it's all based on
Mhm.
prestige. All right.
Lord Jerkface asking, do we know what's in the chest? We don't have a full list, but there's no way we can open them without showing you, and it's going live next in 2 days anyway, so we're allowed to go through and show this.
Mhm.
So you can see some of them. Okay, so I'm assuming this is another visual bug, but that looks like half of a
I got
T6CC.
25% of a tier
Yeah.
6.
So did I. I got 25% as well.
I, I got half that time, so still really good. Like you can end up with
I think
one or more
half
T6C
probably isn't
full.
a bug. Like if it's 2850, that's probably intended.
That's probably the
I'm
number, yeah.
I'm assuming the one that is showing up is the bug. I wonder if it's because I'm forming one.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what my percentages are, but I'm assuming the one is the bug and it's the half or the quarter. So this one, alternating combo enders is the mission. That one seems probably middle easiest being the maestro, and then Thanos being the one that you need to concentrate most on. Okay, what does this one do? Okay, so this Kang gets precision passives, and then when he has five, they crit through block. So that's going to be quite big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
one,
wife is in
two.
the chat saying that my kids are watching me right now.
Proud dad moment.
Do these specials go rooted eventually
They
as well?
probably do. It's probably
I
just
can check
like,
while you're fighting.
yeah, because Kang also has the Pierce, so
I'm just thinking dexing that special too while rooted is going to be
It's only from
interesting.
the Furies. Yeah.
Okay,
So
so when
yeah,
he gets
yeah.
five,
It's based on the Furies, not the Pierce or the Precision. So this
I'm
this boss has
so
all three then.
I
So the
believe that,
bosses
yeah.
get okay.
I am
So
so eating
they
that
will get
special too.
they will get tougher. Yeah, Maestro as the
Maybe
final
that
one seems tough.
Katie, that's literally the first message she's ever sent in a stream of mine, so I didn't have an opportunity to do it before.
So I guess they have each of these bosses has their own specific boost with the crit and the pierce and the fury, and then they add up over whichever path, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So I can definitely see why if you have Maestro third here, this would be
Mm-hmm.
really, really bad. With the crit through block and the pierce, like oof.
This is where I'm actually kind of happy to have Kushala, because she's regenning so much of that.
She is. Yeah, sustain's so important for her right now.
Okay, he is stun immune now. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
wow,
we're rooted now.
that regen.
Just like on a parry, you're losing like 20% on a parry.
Just wait till you see that
My
combo that she
God, dude,
just did.
what? Wow,
Wow, man.
that is some intense damage.
Yeah, that's no joke.
Okay, this is gonna be tough. I need to No,
And
I tried to build it up.
these are like three of like the most vanilla defenders they could come up with too, other than Maestro. Like Kang and Thanos are pretty simple, but like, man, this could get pretty crazy if they put in like much more difficult defenders.
War Machine.
Oh, oh man.
So I don't know about you guys, but when we did this in Vancouver, the fights were way more vanilla. Not really much going on. I think the main difference is that there
Mhm.
weren't the crits and the furies and the pierces or the
Yeah.
roots. It was literally just like a vanilla fight. You go in, you do your 10%, you do the mission, and that's about it. How are you feeling about the increase in difficulty?
I think it's fine. I think it's warranted for the mode so far. Like, especially from seeing the rewards in the chests that we've gotten already. I think having to deal with some stun immunity and some rooted specials, that's really nothing new given Necropolis. You know, rooted specials is something people have to deal with now, and especially with the new war tactic. So I think
Yep.
that's just kind of par for the course right now for MCOC. I think it's fine. I have no problem with the increase in difficulty.
That's fair. I'll let Sim focus, but I completely agree. I think when we were doing it in Vancouver, I loved it as a concept, but it felt a little bit like mindless, a little bit just like AQ, where there's not really much going on apart from just doing the fight. So I love that there's a little bit more complexity in there and a little bit more risk because it feels like you're actually playing to win now rather than just, oh, look how big my damage gets.
Right. Yeah, the purpose of play is different. It's not
Yeah,
7-figure special 3. It's, oh, let me actually play this tactically so I can survive long enough to get more charges for the next person.
yeah, that's exactly it. It's trying to survive.
Oh, dude, I whiffed on a heavy there, and then my special button didn't work, and he specialed me into oblivion.
Yeah, it's definitely high risk now.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back into it.
Junebuggy sent over 20 saying, can't leave you out either. June, you have been extremely generous today. Thank you so much for supporting the channels. Appreciate it.
Yeah, massive, massive thank you on that one.
He's so, look at this big Kang. Like, why is he so large?
I love how he runs in and then like immediately like instantly grows like 6 feet taller. The block damage feels worse on this one because you're being asked to finish your combos too.
Yeah.
And leaving yourself open for
Any type of block, special,
yeah.
whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
I really don't like finishing combos and stuff like that. Thanks for the stun
Agreed.
on the special. That was cool.
See you later, Aiden. Thanks for hanging out, bud.
Yeah, thank you. See you later, bud. Been asked if there's a tutorial out there in setting up the raids that can be looked up. So there is one on MCOC's actual YouTube which explains how it works. That's probably a good starting off point. Over the next week, I'm sure there'll be some CCP members making guides themselves and putting them out. I think I'm not probably not going to, but I'm sure someone will.
Relic is good here for getting 2 missions done in one combo.
Yes, that's fair. Just circling back to the guide thing. It really is quite easy once you go in. Like we're just sat here and doing it one at a time, and then as long as you complete the missions, you progress is kind of the thing. Keep the missions, keep your order. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this should hit the damage cap. Yep.
Yeah, she's been pretty consistent. I think she might be. I don't know. Actually, don't know what role I picked for our live run next week.
I
I
need to.
am Vanguard. I'm gonna be Vanguard when we do it.
I
Definitely
am
bringing in
almost
Titania for that.
certainly going to be doing that on the live server as well, bringing Vanguard in whatever battle group I'm in. All right,
I
cool.
don't really have anyone else who does tactician, so I'm gonna be avoiding that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have to look at the list again to see, because I think I'm definitely going to go Vanguard for Titania. You know, the 7-star awakened to rank 2. It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
hard to argue against that.
Mm-hmm. Do we know if the champs are locked in here, like they are?
Oh, that's a
I, mean,
good
I would
question.
assume they are. I would assume they are.
Locked as in won't be rotated.
Well, for example, like if I went with my Titania, and then she would be locked for a week straight, which would mean I could not be assigned her in war for a week, which would be problematic.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You can't.
I would hope they're not locked.
I think they are.
Hmm. That
I don't.
changes the
I really
game a
don't
little
think they
bit.
should be. Yeah,
That does.
locking a good attacker for a week is really rough.
Yeah, because then it forces you to either give up that attacker and use different champs for war or whatever the case may be, or use a
Right.
suboptimal option here and not be as efficient with your resources.
Right. Right.
As a like a planning officer, am not looking forward to assigning someone it and then being like, "Oh, sorry, they're in raids."
Yep. Yeah, I made a note of that to ask John too. Yeah, I agree. Locking a champ for a week would feel pretty bad.
Very, very bad. Because that just locks. I mean, you can't do story content with them. You can't do
Right.
incursions. You can't do anything. You know.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, that's way worse than how locking champs used to be. Because at least it was only up like for a 24-hour period.
Yeah, even if it was like every day in AQ, at least once you finish that day of AQ, you can use them again.
Right.
Right.
Oh
And
man.
you could like energy your way up through your entire path to get done. Like DLL had to do that the other day to free up a champ, but you can't do it here because you're reliant on everybody else in the group.
Yeah. Yeah. I really think that locking them for the full duration, just locking them in general, is not a
Yeah,
great idea.
I agree.
That's my biggest takeaway right now.
Oh, you tried to sidestep me there, not having that.
Yeah, it might end up being a thing where, but see, you can't even predict like it's almost like you would have to bring in a champ to raids that there's no chance of you getting assigned in war if like if you're playing at a level where assignments are a thing.
But then that just limits how many champs you can use
Right.
in, and that's already a fairly limited pool. Like
Right.
in terms of like if you look at them on a tier list, they're not all at the top of the tier list. Like Civil Warrior
Mm-hmm.
isn't going to be at the top of anyone's tier list. There's
Yep.
champs like that in those, which will probably be fine for it. But if you're limiting yourself to only using them in raids, that's pretty tough. Like if you say you can't use your Hulkling because you might need him in war, and Hulkling's your only good champ ranked up from the tactician, you're kind of
Right.
screwed. Joey's saying maybe this will push us to rank both the 6 and 7-star versions of the champs. For those that have 7-star versions, yeah,
Yeah,
but
but that's not going to
very
be
few of them
everybody, you
do,
know.
Yeah.
There's going to be some
and that
exclusion there.
it also feels bad ranking up a 6-star that has a 7-star version. Even if you don't have the 7-star, it feels worse if you do.
Yep. Like, I'm not going to rank my 6-star Titania for this mode just because I have the 7-star I want to use elsewhere. I'm not going to do that.
I mean, luckily, I ranked 5 the 6-star before I got the 7-star, so I have both.
Oh, dude, the heavy whiffed again when he stands up.
Yeah, but it's because he recovered on his face and not his back.
Yep. Yeah, as you were
Yeah,
saying that, it dawned on me.
that's something I've only really found out recently when TJ did his Hulkbuster video, and it just felt like my eyes had been opened.
It's a very important thing with Tigra as well.
See, I use Tiger a load, and I feel like I do change my playstyle with her sometimes with heavies, but I never looked at whether they were landing on their front or back, you know?
Yeah, it's one of those things like it's a game mechanic that you wouldn't realize unless you paid attention to it. Very much like how the recovery time for knockdowns for certain champions is both slower and faster. It's something that you kind of have to intentionally look for, and you'll find it because there's a decent amount of champs who do have either the slower recovery like Silver Surfer or the fast recovery like OG Storm, Captain Britain. Um, who's the big guy that has it? I forget. One of the big champs. Venompool maybe, I don't know. It's one of the big champs that has the fast recovery time.
I don't remember.
Cat
Right.
saying that champs are locked in, so
Oof.
Yeah,
yeah.
that is not a good time at all. Yeah, I agree with Insidious there. Locking champs for a week, that seems like a pretty obvious issue.
I
Maybe
think
not for a majority of people, but yeah.
if raids wasn't as difficult as it is here, and doesn't warrant the types of champs that you're going to be bringing in, like you want to be bringing in your best champs, otherwise you're going to be using revives.
Yep.
That's why I think locking is bad.
And there's no way to line up raids during like Alliance War off season, for example. They're never gonna line up like that. Yeah, that's rough. I don't like that at all. Cloud asking, what about landing differently? So if you notice when you knock down a defender, sometimes they will land on their back and sometimes they will land on their face, and the recovery times are different depending on which way they land.
And just on that, Lord Jerkface in my chat has just said, "Wait, champs can land on front or back? I never noticed. Holy cow! Learn something new every day."
The nitty gritty here for. I hate that special too. The camera turn messes me up just like Doctor Strange's does.
Ah, just wouldn't go for my intercepts.
Slow moving projectiles, the worst.
Ooh. Ooh.
Just wouldn't go for the intercepts, man.
Hey, Rye, by the way, I'm glad to hear that Sasquatch went down. I'm hoping it went all smoothly. I assigned Rye to a tricky fight, and I've been nervous about how it was going to go, but sounds like it went well.
Today I learned. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong, Insidious. I think the locking is a pretty big deal, for sure.
Right, said it was nothing close to smooth, but it was a solo.
It doesn't have to be smooth. It just has to be a solo, right? Do you think running
Yeah,
recoil will hinder me in raids? It depends on the champ. I mean, when you get to the third boss here, the block damage is pretty nutty. So if you're already losing health with special attacks without a way to recover it, you might have a bad time. But your mileage may vary, I guess.
I feel like as we've been going on, I'm becoming more appreciative of what Kushala is doing for me. I don't know if I'd be trying to be a tactician to bring her for it. And I feel like other champions that are doing DOT that don't have her sustain are going to be rough. But I do think Kushala probably has a place. Be interesting.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think is more important for a champ's damage potential, charges or their base kit?
Um, are you meaning the raid charges?
Yeah.
The base kit. If your damage is based on damage over time, the charges aren't going to do much to help you. Um, Outside of just increasing your overall damage. But if your base kit is prioritizing special attacks, burst to damage, things like that, the charges will
Mm-hmm.
definitely help. But the base kit is the reason that the charges help so much.
Yeah, I agree. If they're gonna leave damage over time kind of undertuned like this, then heavily champs heavily reliant on that are gonna suffer a bit more in here, rather than hard
Yeah.
hitting champs. Like even
Oh my
with like
god.
bitter you were talking before with like a even like a 10% boost per charge or something like that, like Kushal will be absolutely cooking in here.
Yeah, and I don't doesn't need to be 10% or
Yeah,
15% or whatever. It's just whatever it is, whatever that number is that brings them more in line.
dude, those two block hits you just took, what
You
on
see
earth?
those? It's such a good ability, honestly. It's what made me love
Wow.
Sorcerer back in the day. Um, like maybe for some people, Kujala would be a good option because like you, that would have killed most other champions there, taking that 50% health on block.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like you're pretty much making yourself unlikely to hit the cap. You're probably making it a bit safer, but you're not going to hit the 10% if that makes
Right.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's asking how is Kushala just got her. She is awesome. She is fantastic. If I seem a bit down on her during this stream, it's just in this raids mode. She is fantastic all around the rest of the game. Alliance War, BGs, um, Necropolis, questing, everything else. She's fantastic. Tricky to play, but very rewarding, very fun. Loads of utility, loads of damage.
How much have you messed around with her in Necropolis, if at all?
Very little. I went in, I got an Odin solo. I tried Red Goblin. Um, I think I tried Arcus at one point when I was trying to get some Cheoff gameplay. Um, I feel that as a 6 star, she hurts from not having as many
Nice.
necro charges. Um, but yeah, she's pretty good for necro. I've seen Vega do good stuff with her.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
I don't think she's like Absorbing Man level. I'd say she's probably around Chavez level of use in necro.
Are there two different types of charges? So you're gaining charges for yourself, but you're also gaining charges to pass on to the next person in like the rotation. So you see on MSD's screen, he's gaining those purple charges, which are at 12. Those are passed on to Bitter next, or they're increasing them rather. Hard to say champ is worth it if they can't consistently hit the 10% cap. Not sure what they're tuned around either. I mean, they could be tuned for like 7R3s, which are the max rank and rarity right now, so not sure about that.
The only other thing that I'm thinking is because this, in quotes, alliance that we're in this server, I don't know what the prestige. I'm assuming it's based on prestige. It is here. It might be really high because people just are ranking up 10 champs. So maybe even the 6-star ascended is like kind of hitting up a little bit.
It says
So
our alliance prestige is 19 and change.
Okay, no, that sounds about right for ascended.
Yeah.
6 stars then.
Yeah.
Okay, that was really good. Yeah, Titania just super consistent. I didn't even go for the special 3 there. It didn't seem like it was worth it.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's probably worth just bringing in a champ who can do a ton of damage.
Yeah, I think this was a good learning experience, seeing how a champion that is dependent on damage over time does. And she's doing okay. Like, it's not like she's terrible. She's not drowning. It's more like she's treading water.
Yeah, and he have hit the cap a couple times too, so
yeah, just not with the consistency or ease of you guys.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I'm trying to think like if you have champions who are unable to consistently hit the cap, I think that's going to affect everybody in that squad's revive stash because then you're going to have to go through the rotation again, and even if you hit the damage cap, you still have to revive. So
Yep.
Well, it is like I'm doing, I don't know, 7% on average, and you guys are doing 10. It just means that you guys are going to have to put up, make up the slack.
Right.
Yeah, there's one more run, 2 more runs that have to be done throughout the entirety of it at the end for champs who can't do the whole 10%.
Can you guys remember what the tuning is? Is it if you do 10% every time, then it's free, and for every extra you have to pay, or is it? Do you have a bit of slack?
There is some slack, I think. Misty was in here earlier saying that there are a few extra revives, so it's not like if you don't hit the cap once, you're screwed.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many extras you get for free.
Yeah, that would be nice to know.
Why is Kang so big? Because he's drinking his milk, eating his veggies. The raid bosses grow as they get more damaged, which is pretty cool.
I've got to keep on parrying to keep up my blessing, but every time I parry, it feels like I'm getting closer to dying.
And yet she regens all of it back anyway, most of it.
Yeah, it's just hard to get my heavy in now.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that killed me. I shouldn't have parried that special. But yeah, that is just some insane utility.
You would have been dead like 15 times over there.
Yeah, I just lost 20 health pools. Manuel, I haven't been counting how many revives we've used each. I think mostly we're hitting the cap. It's probably like what, 9 revives, 10 revives per fight. So 3 each. 3 or
Yeah, 3
4.
or 4 each, I would say.
Yeah, it's minimum 3 because that would be 90%.
Mm-hmm. And then obviously someone would have won, so they're in the next fight.
Right.
Do you think raids will take a lot of planning? I think so. I think for like our like bubble of players, there's already so much planning that it doesn't feel like as much extra. But like for an alliance that is just jumping in and doing it, I feel like it probably will feel quite difficult to plan. Like if you're just someone who jumps into a AQ path and just does it without anyone telling you which way to go, I do think that'll be quite difficult.
Yeah, for sure.
Some of the quality of life features that they've been talking about in the past that never sort of came. You know, like where they were like, you can assign someone a specific path in Alliance War or AQ. Something like that might be quite helpful in this,
I
where an
think so.
officer can go in and say, "You are going to be Vanguard, you're tactician. Go this way, go that way." So when you join, you know where it will work.
All right. Whoop.
That
Hit the
damage
cap
was
there.
nuts, Sim.
That was pretty awesome. Yeah, this is only a rank 2 Hulkbuster too, so like an ascended 6-star would probably be pretty similar. And now I'm thinking about like, is it worth ranking up an ascending Hulkbuster for this?
Yeah, I don't
Luckily,
know.
a couple days ago, I pulled the 7-star Hulkbuster, so that's pretty nice. I can be a different role.
Very lucky. And his dupe doesn't seem to matter in here because there's really no chance for the regen to trigger before he dies.
Yes,
So.
you're dead.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter.
But yeah, I'm gonna keep myself on Vanguard or Assault, I think.
Yeah, Hulkbuster is pretty crazy in here for sure.
The burst damage Titania is dealing from this node is insane.
Yeah, it's interesting that like burst damage is affected, but dot is not.
So I think MSD's talking about the actual like the hack, for lack of a better term. I can't remember what they're called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
What's your specific roll boost? I think that's what it's called.
It's every time I punish a special attack or a heavy, I place a weakness on him, and then depending on how many times I've done that, the burst damage goes up.
Yes, okay.
I believe that's
the one I
something
used
like
with
that.
her.
Okay.
That's the one that I used with her in Vancouver, and the weaknesses were so tuned that I could eat like a full special group from the bosses and just like take 5% health. It was so fun. Dab's asking, what are the Ultron nodes? What does Ultron have specifically? I'll check after this one.
I'll check right now.
Yeah.
It is.
Must alternate their special attacks. Is the mission.
Alternate special attacks.
Yeah.
Yep.
What does he have? Like, does he have the Fury and the Pierce and the?
Yeah, he has everything else. It all builds up.
And a cool 145 million health.
145 million. That's casual, you know?
Yep.
That,
So remember, Cloud,
okay.
we're not. We did this in like 2 hours, but what we did today is meant to be spread out over an entire week. So you're not really fighting him for 30 minutes. You're fighting him for 3 minutes a few different times a day, and that's it.
Right. We're doing a raid speed run here. This is not how it's going to look. And we're not even going to be able to fight Ultron, so...
Yeah. This is the third boss, yes.
That evade on the Ultron is going to be so annoying as well.
Yep. Yep.
So was it? It's my understanding that Ultron is in the raid chest, or is he in like a crystal that's in the
He's in the
chest?
chest.
He's in the chest. Okay.
Yeah.
Man,
So
that
someone's
that's
just going to be going down a path, and then Ultron's going to pop out like that.
boop.
Well, like you get the selector, right? And then you pick the Paragon Raid Crystal. He's in
Yeah.
that. So yeah. And you know
Um,
somebody's gonna get him first day, first try
Of
too.
course.
So
That's somebody. I'm just letting you know. It's gonna be me. You know, I
oh
it's
just
yeah,
going to be
yeah.
let
Nah. It's
letting you
so going to
know.
be Nah.
It's
Yeah.
oh
It's gonna be
yeah.
somebody. Yeah.
It's gonna be someone we know.
Yeah, for sure.
I
I
wonder what the
guarantee,
odds
if
on that
not a
are.
CCP member,
Hoping
it's
Somebody
gonna
who's
so.
be.
like, I really don't like Ultron, but I guess I'll take
Yeah.
him as a seven.
Yeah, yeah. Like, why couldn't it have been
That,
like Hulkbuster or,
that
you
sounds
know?
like
Yeah.
me. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to parry that special. That took me right down to like 1%.
I love Ultron. I think he's gonna be a phenomenal 7 star.
Yeah, he's great.
He is. Thing
I
is, I
can't even
just value
imagine
his
how potent
ability
he's
so
gonna be.
much. Okay, I don't even know if I can afford another blocked hit. There's only 30 seconds left, so I'm not going to risk it.
Looks like you're finishing us up, Sim.
All right. Yeah, Bitter's using an Ascended Kushala. Yeah. 133k heavy crit. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
It's not bad. Not bad. Yeah, Rai saying it's 100% going to be nah. So I'm getting a couple questions. So, are there different difficulty levels for raids, or are they always this strong? Definitely asking for a friend. Well, you can let your friend know that it's probably based on prestige. Um, it scales with how strong your alliance is. So don't worry, it won't always be this strong. You won't be having this difficult a fight fighting it with a rank 3 5 star
That's
or whatever.
perfect.
And what are on the chests? We're not sure. We only know what we've picked up throughout. So there's T6CC, 7 star shards. I know there's Titan shards in there. Um, yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. And an Ultron, a 7 star Ultron. Good stuff, basically. And a revive's free the first week. Revives are free every week. You have a set amount that you'll be able to purchase for free. I believe it resets daily, so you'll go in, you'll buy your 2 revives that day. Or I think it's two. Go and do your fights, and then the next day wait for it to reset and go back in. So I think there's a little bit of slack where you don't have to hit the 10% cap every time. Um, but it means that if you don't do well enough, you will have to buy revives yourself. Although I think you can use like normal AQ revives here, but they
Yes,
obviously
you
just
can.
won't. They won't regen you 100% is the thing, but you can heal
Yeah.
as well.
Yep.
Um,
All right.
Dab, these are Ultron's nodes. So ultimate specials, and then he gets all of the Fury, the Pierce, and the crit.
25%. Tier 5 or tier 6 for me. Yeah, so
Right,
we've
let's see.
seen tier 6 and we've seen some 7 star shards in here so far. So,
I got
yeah,
1,500 shards.
so you can't go into Ultron until all squads have all 3 of their fights down. You can see the other folks don't have theirs down, so there's degen links on here.
Yeah, those incursion degen links.
Yeah.
Alliance Prestige is 12.8k, so it will be way easier than yours. Yeah, I think Sim, you said it was at about 19.2, something
19
like
or
that.
yeah.
Gabar's asking how many revives use this run per person. Um, we really should have kept count throughout. That would have been good.
I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
probably 3 or 4 each.
Yeah,
Total
Yeah,
loss.
three.
9, 10, something like that.
9, 10 per person. Yeah,
Yeah,
there is some
around.
wiggle room.
Oh,
So,
actually, we should have started with the same amount. So
oh, Misty says the least amount you can use in a raid is 9, and command gives you 14 for free. So you do have quite a bit of wiggle room there,
Oh yeah,
in
that's a
addition to
lot.
whatever AQ items. Yeah.
that's
So I
quite good
think I
actually.
think we would have definitely gotten through this for free. Oh. Yeah, but that's raids.
Yeah, that's
Can you
raids. I just
see
realized
the
I was
icon?
talking to my chat without my mic on because that's just what I do sometimes. Um, I wanted to. Someone asked like, can you solo any of these bosses? No, it's 10% per, and then you insta die. It's a teamwork thing. Teamwork makes the raid dream work.
So you can actually check how many revives we used. I think I started with 40, so I used 11.
Oh
I've got
yeah,
29 left.
yeah. Let me see. Health. I used 11.
Yeah, I used 11 as well.
So 33 total.
I had
11
I
per
have
person.
31. Oh no, I guess maybe did I use 9? I have 2 in my inventory plus 29 in the stash. We started with 40 total.
Oh, then I used 9. Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
used 9 then.
Yeah, I used 9 as well then.
Okay. Well,
Having said
there's
that, we haven't taken down the boss, but we would
Right.
all be doing it
right.
together.
So
So
what we all just did was the most optimal run you could make of the initial path, like the first 3 fights. We each used 9, which is as low as you can get it. So, yeah, good
Mhm.
job, team.
You're still limited by AQ energy too. So if you want to
I,
run it like this, you would be spending on refills too. So
Yep.
I
Yep.
might be wrong, but I don't think we did because we start off with 3 full health champions and don't need to use revives. And then when you beat the boss, you go to the next one and don't need another one. So I feel like I might be wrong. I'm completely spitballing, but I think we've missed out on like one or two to be completely efficient.
That's probably true, but
yeah,
I'm
you're
I'm
probably
not going
right.
to harp on it.
Yeah,
No, we're close to it. Like we're
yeah,
reasonable. We wouldn't need to spend revives. That's the main
Yeah,
thing.
we wouldn't be going over
Um,
the granted limit by a fair margin.
yeah,
yeah.
unless our whole BG did terrible on this Ultron boss.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, let me grab some questions from the chat. So, what happens to the one guy that can't do raids? He's backup, or he or she are backup, and they can go down any path and they can still grab all of these quest nodes. So, like our 10th person right now could go in here, go all the way up the middle, and grab all of the quests. If one of the bosses was particularly hard, like I've heard this Maestro on the left is really difficult with all 3 of the Fury, Pierce, and Crit. So you could send him as a 4th there to help with revives. Um, or maybe someone's unavailable throughout the day or whatever, and you send them along there. So they can all get the same rewards. No worries about that. They're just kind of not quite fully included in
Right.
the actual fighting.
I'm just doing some
Scanning
bullseye
the chat
testing.
for any questions here. Thoughts on using Nick Fury? Once he hits second life, he'd be reviving him after each round, but losing a lot of health. Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, damage obviously much better in second life, but the dots are not increased by the damage boost. And as you can see, like taking blocked hits is pretty painful. So in second life, when you're reviving essentially to 30%, it's you probably take 1 or 2 blocked hits and you're gonna die.
Yeah,
So
I'm not
maybe
sure.
not maybe not ideal.
Oh, guys, I
Honestly,
forgot
just
to
saw-
mention.
Did you accidentally go to SP3 there?
Yep. I was
Yeah.
gonna let him evade, and then I was too early. Well, this should
So I saw
kill.
your little shake of the head.
Yeah, I was not happy.
Yeah, backup has to pick one of the 3 classes still, yes. So it's whichever one is needed at that point.
Ooh,
You've
double
already
perfect
got the
release.
instant perfect release down. Nice.
Maybe.
Yeah, unsurprising.
I actually haven't really messed with him that much. This is like maybe my fifth or sixth fight using him. I was gonna try him for
Haven't
the
messed
Abyss
with him that
Collector,
much.
but I quickly learned that he would not be good for that.
He would turn off the evade, wouldn't he?
He would, but no damage.
No dot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need some big burst, and he just doesn't have it.
So someone's saying more complicated things that I have to learn about. I get it. I get the feeling. It does feel quite inaccessible when you first look at it. But like MSD Sim and I have played this once 3 months ago, and not ever since. And like we read tiny bits about it, but it's really not that difficult
Yeah.
to learn. It's very very
User friendly.
logical, user friendly. As you go through, it feels very simple, intuitive.
Yep.
I think after the first week, everyone's going to feel pretty much like experts, as long as you actually pay attention to what's going on.
I agree.
Yeah,
Hulkling or
Realm.
Hyperion better? Probably Hulkling, but Hyperion, I bet. Yeah, you get some of those Furies up, and his special 2 is gonna hit really, really hard.
Someone's asking, Rintra is not good for raids? Question mark. I'm not sure. It's always interesting to see how attack increases work with different champions. Because like if you look at something like Power Shield, that doesn't increase like Morbius or Rintra's special 2 itself, because they get so much extra increase from external sources. I don't know whether raid Ferber will be the same. But if he ends up doing massive SV2s, he'll probably be very good.
Mm-hmm. You get a lucky crit on one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Can be
I
good
think a
times.
lot of these champs are gonna take testing, and we'll see people sharing gameplay with different role boosts, and going, oh, if you use Venom with X boost, he's so good, kind of thing, and we'll figure it out as a community.
I think going back to again, like if they added champ swaps, that would also significantly reduce the stress of having champs locked, because if you need to be assigned somebody who's locked in a raid, then you could more easily get past the next boss, swap that champ
Yeah.
out for somebody else, and then
Yeah.
you're good.
The only thing is that there can only be really one, can't there? Because I feel like if you're swapping after every boss, it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
But one is like a get out of like a, oh, this person really doesn't work with what I do, what I'm using. I really don't want to slog through a week of using this one champion, because that just feels really bad. Like if this with Kushala had been over a week, that would have been a week of
Yeah,
just like sighing when you need to go and do raids.
that would have been a lot more rough if it was over the course of 7 days doing that with Kushala, but doing it all now definitely wasn't as bad. Forgot to mention, I got the Titan Shard drop. I don't know if I said that, but I got 2,000 Titan Shards from my last chest. So
that is very good.
I made a college try on Ultron. It did not go well.
Well, we've each got about 10,000 units. Do you reckon we could get through it?
How much health did I do there? I did like 200k.
How much health does it have?
You don't want to be 145 million. You would need.
yeah, 200k. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that one.
Probably make it to the
I think
second
that would
special
take-
attack and die.
That would take us a week.
Yeah. When are raids coming live to the game? Starting next week, Monday. You can enlist, and they're completely optional. If your alliance doesn't want to do them, you can continue to do a normal week of AQ. Perfectly fine. So.
And to add to that, I think even in your alliance, if you're disagreeing, you can put one BG as raids and the other two as AQ.
Yep.
Correct.
Dab's asking if there's two bosses on one path. There's three bosses. There's a Maestro, a Thanos, and a Kang. On each of the three paths, they're in a different order.
I feel like maybe they should be in the same order.
Yeah. I think that wouldn't
I
be a
kind of
bad
like
idea.
that they're on different orders.
It adds a little variety, a little spice,
Yeah.
a little paprika
I
to
mean,
to the mix.
there's a clear hardest path though, for
With
sure.
Maestro, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who was on that path?
Yeah.
Should we out them?
I think it was Cat's group, wasn't it?
Yep, Cat,
Yeah,
Cam,
Cat,
and
Cam, and
Campo.
Campo. Yeah, I think it'll take a while to get used to, but yeah, like even when we get like new bosses in AQ and stuff, people have them pretty much solved in a week. So
Yeah.
if Elaine gets to Ultron before all unlinked, still fun to try and get something with the free revives. I mean, sure, but remember you'll probably need those free revives when you actually like when he becomes unlinked and you actually get a chance to take him down. So
Yeah,
I don't really think it's worth it to go in.
I wouldn't be throwing revives at the linked Ultron because they're pretty valuable in this mode.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Cool. I'm not seeing any more questions from my chat. And this will be on video on demand for anybody who is catching this later and
Yep.
wants to watch it again.
Yep. Same with mine. But yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by.
Yep.
There's both of these guys are linked in the description and on the chat, so give them a sub if you haven't already.
Ditto. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate you for spending a couple hours on a Saturday with me.
Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah, no, it's good fun. I appreciate it.
Yep. All right.
But yeah, I'll catch you guys later.
Yep.
All right.
Peace out,
Later,
everybody.
guys.
All right, stream. I'm gonna end it here. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. When will the next one be? I don't know, but it will be sometime soon. Perhaps maybe a stream tomorrow for the event quest on Fiker Miker because I need to get that done. So yeah. All right. Take care, everybody. Peace.